I'm James, I'm from SoSaSe Chocolate and I am the owner of Aisha Cocoa. Today we're going to temper chocolate using the seeding method. By the end of this video you will understand how to temper chocolate and the importance of the accuracy of temperature using Thermapen. Chocolate's complicated and the accuracy of temperature is the difference between it working and not working. Everything I do involves measuring the temperature all along that process. So we begin by melting 400 grams of chocolate in a plastic bowl. Please don't use glass because it retains the heat. We're going to melt it really gently. Don't use aggressive heat, okay? So small bursts in the microwave and get it melted, and ideally we want to get it to 48 degrees, which is quite crucial for the next stage. So now we're going to add 100 grams of cold chocolate and you're going to stir gently until we get down to a temperature of 29 degrees. If you get to 29 degrees and there are small lumps of chocolate left in there, continue stirring, and then with a hairdryer on very, very gentle heat, warm that chocolate until those small lumps of seeding chocolate have disappeared, and then stir and warm that chocolate up to 31 degrees. Then it's going to be ready to use. When you warm the chocolate up after you've added the seed, do not approach the temperature of 33.8. At 33.8, the beta crystals melt, and therefore the chocolate is not in temper. It will not work. If you want to test the temper of your chocolate, wipe some onto a cold surface, so a piece of glass, granite work surface, and it should cool and go dull within kind of 10-12 seconds. That's your chocolate in temper. Coloured cocoa butter tempering is by far the most misunderstood application for chocolatiers. We're going to melt the cocoa butter in the microwave. We're going to do it on 10-15 second bursts, and we're going to keep doing that, shaking it in between until that cocoa butter is fully melted. Then going to decant that into a small container, and we're going to make sure that that container reaches about 45 degrees. Once that container of coloured cocoa butter is at 45 degrees, we're going to sit that over a pool of water that's cold, ideally about 8 degrees. Using the Thermapen, we're going to stir, and it's crucial that you get down to 26 degrees. From 45 degrees all the way down to 26 is where the beta crystals form in that cocoa butter. Once it reaches 26 degrees, you can paint your mould. So we're going to pour the chocolate into the polished, clean polycarbonate mould. And then we're going to scrape it round and we're going to remove the excess from the surface. We're going to tap the mould to get any air bubbles to come to the surface. Then we're going to turn the mould upside down, tap on the side and vibrate the chocolate out. So we call this chocolate rain. Once all the drips have stopped, scrape the mould gently to clean that surface. And then we want to flip the mould upside down, scrape the surface clean, and then turn the mould upside down again, and we want to leave it resting at an angle for 3 or 4 minutes until the chocolate goes dull. Once that mould's been at room temperature in a dull state for 10 minutes or so, you can put that directly into a fridge on its side, and once that chocolate drops below 14 degrees, all those beta crystals will bind up and it will shrink, and that's how those shells come out of the mould. If you want beautiful shiny bonbons, you can polish your molds all you want. That's not where the shine comes from. The shine comes from following the process, hitting the actual accurate temperatures of the process, and you can't do that without Thermapen.